Here for this matchup between Esports BERG and Galaxy Bang. Galaxy Bang not doing too well so far. Maybe this will be the match in which they finally turn things around.
Potentially it is Galaxy Bang, of course, in the orange. In the blue, however, a very impressive young team from Germany. It is Esports BERG, and they already pressing up to the field quite quickly. The players here that last time I cast them, they were fabulously destructing them, and Little Fox already out of the trap.
Starting off so strong. They had that clean sweep like you were saying last week against Civet Geneva, and looking to contain it right here against Galaxy Bang. Esports BERG still a very real chance for them to go through. They're sitting in third place right now. Winning this one set them even more comfortably and set them up for that playoff tournament.
Great little benchmarker for this new lineup of teams. Potential next generation, if you want to call that, but Jesus from the other side, get demoed, remove in 20 seconds, dwindled. It's already one. We're approaching now the opening minute, and Galaxy Bang has one chance. They've made a mistake here, potentially being bounced on here by Salin up and across, and Atomic drops back a little bit, moves aggressively down, and Little Fox just tips it away.
Great little defensive action right there from this Esports BERG squad. Not really much happening after that first initial goal from them, so good pressure. But the player for me to watch on this squad is Papso. He's pulling off crazy mechanical stuff week in, week out. They're getting all crazy kinds of flip resets, this kind of stuff. But as a team, they always perform very well too, Danny.
It's good to see the chemistry performing. Have to rely on the ingenuity too, as Atomic is fading pressure. It's sent right back. Cross going. Caught on the other hand, getting beaten. Burros and Atomic brushes that one across the post. That's absolute good clearance here by the German roster. They are not letting really much pressure being exerted on.
No, even though they are more into defense, most of the defense is happening in the midfield. Not a lot on long attack coming out from Galaxy Bang yet. Galaxy Bang for me has been the major disappointment of this tournament. Especially Atomic is such a good player, but not showing it right here against Esports BERG. His number 2 just slipped in.
This is fabulous too. Pass and play. I know you're a fan of them, Joessi, but not necessarily directly. A bit of lackluster defense by the Spanish. So 2-0, quite impressed here. Esports BERG really not to be dismirching of them. No name stepping up to the biggest European event available to all players, basically to the rival series downwards. They're taking it towards them.
They definitely are, and they've been very impressive ever since week 1 actually, Danny. They had such a strong showing in their first week against Team WLF. Which they did get beaten out in that game 5, and then I thought that was a fluke, to be honest, but then it happened again the next week where they just lost out against RGM, and then last week comfortably sleeping Civet Geneva, sorry. And now versus Galaxy Bang, this is such a strong start. Half of the game gone, 3-0 up, sign me up for that.
Esports BERG did play the top 2 favourites. Of course, RJM earlier lost 3-2, WLF 3-2. So they've played the 2 toughest opponents there. They were close. They've swept the rival team. They've battered Galaxy Bang, maybe only a stepping stone. And there's a little problem here developed, and the Spanish have finally burst right through. The shot, however, weak, timid, good angle, but the keeping from the German defence, outstanding.
That save by Fab, so impossible angle to get on offense. They did get it, but the defense still read it. Absolutely gorgeous right there. Fab, so I did say a player to watch on this Esports BERG roster, but as 3, they just performed so well. Now Eckhart dropped down, Little Fox almost getting another one. 4-0 is looking more likely than a 3-1 at this point.
Certain situations be 3-0. Could get even stickier, could get even worse, and it would be nice to see Esports BERG stepping up to the plate here to make the squeeze unbearable, but ideally he's moving across town to be Salin. It's a little quick pop, but again, German defence are well structured. The position covers each other. If a mistake occurs, and so far no direct pass that time. It's only these marginal mistakes, and even if you want to call it marginal, it's very thin to say it too.
Few things separating these two teams, and Zeeland making sure that that is one fewer. That separates them. Great pass there by Jesus, gets it across, and VK sailing across the goal, getting that one in. Now with a minute to go, 2 goals to go. There is a possibility for Galaxy BERG to bring it back, but it's going to be hard if the BERG defense remains as strong as it has been so far.
Well, a return, but so far the return of a 3-goal margin. And Joessi, is this really the standard that Spain's putting up?
I mean, it was awkward on Atomic because the entire fake kickoff just didn't go in their favor. And then Atomic was in very little boost trying to get it away. But then the fact that I think Salen it was managed to just finish the ball off, just awkward all around from this team, Danny. Oh, change that from awkward to abysmal.
Alright, working through it with Source, it's also diabolical, but we'll leave it there. 5-1. The Germans, I may say the champions, effectively showing a bit of kicking around and showing that they aren't pushovers. We do see other potential teams from that region stepping up. Could be champions. We were speaking in the background, Joessi. Do you know what? We have to put Esports BERG up into that plate.
I think you're right in doing that, but on the other hand, Galaxy BERG just kind of seems to be playing without any incentive. Since it just feels like they're here because they have to, not because they want to, and want to show what they couldn't in the last few weeks. Seems a bit lackluster on their side, and 5-1 really showcasing, especially that the defense just not where it needs to be. Just sitting in the corners, not expecting certain things to happen. Completely taken off guard by Esports BERG in this first game. Hopefully they can switch it around in game 2.
Well, good sound advice here. Galaxy BERG has all left the lobby, so either an issue probably with the server. We didn't see much. I know Atomics has said that he's changing car there. I'm not saying you've gone into a match here and all 3 of them leaving. I don't know if it's all the same reason, but that doesn't give you a lot of confidence either. Can't even trust their own equipment.
Hopefully it's just a car thing, and I know a lot of players who like switching around cars, and I don't think there is something to say in favor of switching cars, just because of that visual, because you have something new visually. I think it just allows you to kind of start off with a clean slate in that regard, where everything just you bring it back to the basics. So I think in that regard it can help. If it's enough to come back from a 5-1, I doubt it.
I don't even know what you can say here, and oh my words. I'm not saying what. When we've seen Esports BERG playing last week, a couple of weeks before, they were painting almost the Mona Lisa. Galaxy BERG decides to bring a children's drawing book out that brought catastrophe onto the pitch with their car selection.
These cars are so awful. I don't even think I can name them. Oh no, actually, it's Animus, right? The race car thing, I think. It's not pretty to look at, but then again, the play from Galaxy BERG hasn't been so far either, so maybe that's what they're going for.
You can potentially say the beauty is the one who beholds it, and so far it's a broken mirror to say that the opening minute nonetheless has been actually better with the horrendous car selections, and they've finally conceded, rightly so. Disgraceful, 1-0.
Yeah, the car's not too beautiful, but this pass by Fox was getting the double touch absolutely gorgeously. No defense though. Blackwood is there first with the follow-up, getting that 1-0 after 1 minute played. And Esports BERG just continuing where they left off in game 1.
It's nice to see that frankly, Esports BERG has kept the same mentality. It's been strong, it's been consistent. And to be fair, I'm not trying to call out Galaxy Bang, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. They're all good players in their own right, but it's disrespectful.
It's... We've had these series before, right, Danny, where it just kind of, it feels like you're halfway through game one that you already know who's going to get away with the win. I really want to be proven wrong by Galaxy Bang because, like you said, these are players that we see perform really well in other teams, but it just hasn't happened in the Superstar series, and it can just be a mentality thing, and I think the cars just kind of go into that as well. If you're showing up with these kind of cars, it feels like you're not taking the game as seriously as you possibly should.
You're not trying to take it serious. Sit there, practice, play with it, go into the match. I could sit there on a stand and swap it midway through. Bit unusual here. Esports BERG though. It's not going to go in. That's been the best play they've done all game.
That's apparently two uglies make a very pretty right here. That pinch was absolutely crazy from Galaxy Bang, using two not as beautiful cards for a beautiful goal.
Well, if anybody wants to in the vase, just hit up Joessi on Twitter. Not right, we agree with him, but at least he's swiped right.
I mean, you gotta make sure that the possibility of the match is as high as possible, and the possibility for another Esports BERG goal also really rising there. That one was cut short by the crossbar, but a great little passing play. I love those opportunities because Esports BERG is the type of team that doesn't really just go for the shot when there's a defender in goal. Instead, they'll just go for the pass, and that also works apparently. That's a fake, we're just gonna call it. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see players of this caliber performing in such a way, to be honest, Danny, because we do hold them to such high standards because we know what they're capable of, and then a cheeky little boost right there into Atomic, making sure that they do get the 3-2. It's weird because it doesn't seem like they're playing well, and I don't think they're playing well, but somehow they're staying in this second game.
Well, it's strange. Maybe the stars are aligned, maybe the Garum, Gizmo, I don't know, maybe even a Murata thrown into it just for a bit of fun, but they've decided that that is what they want to do. They bring it within touch distance, tied up now, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but maybe the car changes the right decision.
It seems to be suddenly working out for Galaxy Bang. The defense is very sloppy, but the offense is starting to be oiled and is starting to work out. Great little flip reset on that Animus car from Beeckmans, and now another opportunity for him. Double tap off the ceiling. He does that as well. Galaxy Bang is awake, Danny.
Whether to be disappointed or not here, Joessi, I really don't. We sit here, we cast these great players. They can't do it in the Octane, they can't do it even maybe in the Dominus, but they can do it in these cars here. This shows you how good they are mechanically, but what happened in game one?
I do not know, Danny. I don't know, because right now they are looking like a completely different team. Oh, that pre-flip. By saying to get the angle as well. Esports BERG is completely lost right now with the way that Galaxy Bang is playing. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Strange old night. Series 1 postponed. Altercations, whatever way you want to put it. Series 2 here. Galaxy Bang hammered, thrashed in game 1. In game 2 they've came out swinging, even though they were behind at 1.2. The Germans might need to resettle down and take what count they have got. Finally, the stock is intensely Little Fox having a shot, but a passing play otherwise developed from the opposite two.
Shame that last pass wasn't as good as the first one. Those infield passes can be also lethal, and so is Beeckmans getting what I believe to be his 4th goal already in this game too. BERG is also strong here.
I call it strong. I think Esports BERG is probably confused as much as we are here. Just watching their oppositions pulling everything, and somehow it's sticking and working decently well. But 60 seconds left, and all the strangeness that has occurred. It could even potentially have a comeback, but it requires 3 quick concession goals by the German champion.
Ooh, make that 4. No, that one just slips by. I thought that was just going to roll in. I do not see BEEckmans giving away this one, even though their defense has been questionable at best at times during this series. Their offense has been quite strong in this particular one, scoring 6 goals for themselves. Even though the defense from the Germans didn't seem to be that bad. It's just good plays all around, some crazy mechanical plays, creative plays from BEEckmans creating the difference in this game too.
How some teams come out before others are slow starters. BEEckmans, the unique flag in the bunch here, really. Let's set a different tone here, maybe. Just maybe they qualify out this group and make see them play in different cars. Will they continue in game 3 or leave to rejoin their standard position with the Octane lineup? We will wait and see, but the Germans cannot tuck in a goal number 4 for them, so we'll move on 1 apiece in the series.
At this point, I just really want to see them continue on these cars. Salen getting 4 goals for himself, Atomic also 2, them assisting both of each other's goals, and then Jesus, if this was solo queued, he would be getting flamed by his teammate because he got carried, but this is not solo queue. They are a good team. They've performed well in this game, and I think we're gonna see some other cars coming up, Danny.
Oh, guaranteed. We can of course see chat and Atomic. Maybe the wisest of the 3 has literally wrote, "They're changing. I don't know why." If they could tell us, we'd happily appreciate it. We don't know why either.
I mean, I know why. If you can keep doing this every time you change cars and just completely turn around a match onto your opposition, then sure, go ahead.
Maybe I'm just that old school, and maybe I'm just outdated with the dinosaurs perhaps here. But it's a strange way of pulling, I don't know, a tactic, if you want to call it that.
It's mind games. It's mind games to switch around the cars, and I don't know, Danny. It's just, I don't know.
You were confidently knowing about 30 seconds ago what's changed.
The thing is, right, these cars, and obviously this is an endless discussion, right? And there's just 2 cams, and the 2 cams are never gonna change their opinion. So why try to offend any if you could just say I don't know? It's much easier.
Well, Joessi, not being controversial here on the Rocket, playing on safe ground. Esports BERG has probably remained with an all-Octane lineup for the majority of it, bar 1, which was the Fennec. The Spanish roster from BEEckmans is joining in, and we have just... Oh dear.
No. Is that what I think it is?
Oh, I think so too.
Oh my lord. If you... Okay, so cars I can get. But to use antennas in toppers, that is...
we don't knock the antennas. I proudly rock the Irish flag, and so far Germany is hoisted by the Germans. They have regained at least a 1-goal lead.
The antenna's not helping out here on the side of BEEckmans. That wasn't a great start. They are rocking that Spanish flag though, I think, in sailing. I'm not too sure if my eyes deceive me there, but that did look like a German flag somewhere as well.
Well, there is a few different current flags. I don't believe it is, but again, majorly looking out for that. We did have a brief spec, but speaking, it is a German flag by Atomic.
I mean, at least that's some respect towards your opponents, I guess.
Well, I don't know. Can we disrespect?
I was just going to give him benefit of the doubt. He wants to, he's still some German pride in his position. It could be possibility. Another possibility here for Eckwood to score. He does exactly that, grabbing the 2-0 after 1 minute for Esports BERG.
Oh, this is going to be one night, I'll tell you that, because they've came out. Galaxy Bang with a bit of confidence, bit of flair. They've had the audacity to keep changing. It'll be interesting if it remains for game number 4. But here in game 3, it is Little Fox blocking. Just with the cross here, an infield pass would be ideal. Quick little dunk up over it. Hard. Little Fox waiting patiently. It's a decent pass and play, a little bit too the heavy-handed side of things here. So, at least Joessi, we've got some gameplay that is reminiscent of game number 1.
Yeah, it does feel like this one is Esports BERG's again. And they'll just be looking to not completely get shut at in the next game, but that of course is still more than 3 minutes away, so quite a while for Esports BERG just to slot in a few more. This time it's Fabzo finding the net.
They're using the corner, because the vertices from it to the bounce quite kindly for them. But with that said, we're looking at the certain situations, of course, with the results moving into, of course, the weeks. Galaxy Bang desperately needs a couple of wins to salvage something. Esports BERG looking to cement a top 3 spot as Atomic is getting beaten off to the ball here in Fabs. No second touch, a little interactive play here as we case. Alone is up and around in Little Fox with a pumping play with the ball in the ceiling.
Do you know what I just realised, Danny? Atomic didn't leave the game in between the matches. So this must be a preset that he's got on the ready.
Yes.
But why does he have a preset on the ready with the German flag?
That's a good question. I don't know which would be the honest answer. But with that, Kerr moving in quite comfortably for 4-0. And that will do quite well.
Great little play there by Akkord, getting the redirect. And the quick follow-up for the 4-0. Only half of this game gone and completely towards the side of Esports BERG. I don't see them losing this one anymore, but for me the question just remains, can they do the next game again, or is that suddenly going to be a Galaxy Bang show again?
Oh, who knows? Who knows at this point, yeah. Because so far, it has been pull and drag between the two, and that's a lovely shot, to be fair, to see it pulled out 2 minutes 4-0.
I just don't know what to say about this series, because in a sense I quite like Esports BERG and the way that they approached the first game and then this game, but I don't understand how game 2 happened the way it did. It seemed like overall this should be a clean sweep series for Esports BERG. They didn't really play bad in the last one, but just got completely shut out from Galaxy Bang, and I'm just wondering what that special something was that suddenly clicked for them in that game 2.
I believe it was more confusing for the German champions who are just going, what on earth are we facing here? If I seen that there in the middle of the series, I'd be complex too, and I wouldn't blame anybody else for responding in a similar fashion. And so far, Esports BERG are fighting a lead 2-1 in the series, unless Galaxy Bang can put in 4 goals and a 5th to secure this game 3.
One opportunity here and a goal here as well. We get them finally won in this game after trying to get a pass to Jesus. Got a bit of a nifty touch so that VK could actually load it up again. Completely to save the last defender coming in from Esports BERG. But with a minute to go, that is 20 seconds per goal. It's going to be a hard task, and especially if Esports BERG managed to find a goal here. That's a great little save.
As much as we like to give credit for is the fact they got a consolation goal, let's think it mounts some offensive real power. So far, I can't even say that it is just being Fox and the others is moving down quite well, and
So my Danny, I'm right there with you. I don't even know. That's just a straight home goal by Atomic. Didn't even look like he was trying to clear it away with the way that ball went in. But Esports won't be too disappointed with it. It just means that their task is ever so slightly easier. If only for them it happens the next game too.
at that point they're not really going to matter much. Again, at these sort of dying seconds of the game, just see a couple of flarings of goals, but won't really do much. They'll just pad the stats. That's all it'll be for at the end.
Just happy we got to see at least one goal that is worth from Galaxy Bang. Great to play with a free jump as well. Probably not the best way to play it, but it did look pretty and it did work out for them. Good job on that, but this game is pretty much over. 10 seconds only to go. Ball's about to go all the way back towards the net for Galaxy Bang, but as soon as this ball hits the ground, it should be all over. We should be running into Game 4 in which Esports will have the match point, and I think we'll be able to finish it off in that game, but that remains to be seen in the next 5 minutes.
Well, in the next 5 minutes, we will have moments, and again, the players are leaving the lobby from Galaxy Bang, bar Atomic. But we'll hold that thought for a second, and we'll look into the future, maybe in about 10, presuming that goes a bit quicker. RJM versus their counterparts who's battling for the top of the leaderboard, WLAF. What a series that's going to be later on.
Hopefully it will be. Hopefully it will be. Finally we get to see some proper Rocket League on this channel today. It is the two undefeated teams in this Group B, RGM and Team WLF. Exact same goal, game difference, score 2. So that should be a right matchup, especially since Rex joined in instead of Justice on the RGM side. They've been performing very well, but RG obviously not meant to be underestimated.
Well, for anybody who's just tuned in, that is later on. The whet the appetite while Galaxy Bang are recovering from a headache, to say the least. They have somewhat changed up with a bowler hat to.
I think they've moved on from just going with random cars to completely random loadouts. Those boosts are so atrocious. I can't look. So seriously, I can't play with any other boost anymore than the standard boost because I've gotten so used to the sound and the way it looks. And these boosts, you just can't even see through them. How are you gonna aerial?
Questions, and so far Galaxy Bang has failed the answer. Why? Why are you still doing it? And why have you continued in a crucial game?
Do they have a coach? I don't think so, right?
I think the coach has probably walked and left at this point.
And rightly so, to be fair. If this is what is happening when it isn't looking too pretty, then that isn't too great, but that save by Atomic was great. Good little play right there. They do have it in them. Just not really showing it that much yet. Atomic now, great flip reset, double touch, short was there as well. Got just in time to take that one away.
Moving downfield anyway, Fabs, little Fox. 90 seconds gone, it's goalless. Absolute drought so far. Everything that seemed to be mentioning, and one team does provide at least a simmer or a glimmer bit of hope. So far it's actually been evenly matched.
Has been evenly matched, and we've almost had 2 minutes, but finally changed up. Eckholt finding the goal for Esports, but
it's like a wishing well how the series is going. If you want a goal, just ask for it. Please, a proper car.
I think you're a bit too late here, because I do not think we will have another opportunity for Galaxy Bang to change cars, seeing as this is match point for Esports BERG, and the way that a lot of these games have been going, this one seems to be going Esports BERG favor, but This one just not going in yet. Eckert now trying to get a great pass out to Le Fox, who's in the perfect position in a 2-0. Does seem like what I'm saying is going to be right, Danny.
Yep. It's a great pass to give credit where it's due. But to answer your question, they could leave during a replay, quickly change a preset that no one join back in. It's not against the rules if they want to do that.
Is it not?
As far as I'm aware, it's not. They could rejoin.
I could imagine that, especially if they just, because you can do it in the spectator mode thingy as well, right? Or not?
No,
is that only in between games?
Only in between.
Right. Yeah, just fake stuff. Yeah, just fake internet issues and then back. That could work.
Well, maybe one of the wonderful admins will, of course, clarify the rule if that is incorrect too. But the series is on its last legs for Galaxy Bank, and when we lied in the casting booth and we honestly thought they had a decent chance of coming back, they really haven't shown anything to get more hype, to be honest, for them. These players know that too. We do, of course, see them in the likes of Nice Cactus. Don't forget the likes of Atomic Team Magnificent went 3 on a row by the fabulous sponsors that were and still are Nice Cactus. We will, of course, do Wednesdays and Sundays. Of course, later on Sunday, the bracket is out if you want to sign up to. But it is still 2-0 in our, of course, Superstar League match.
And you're forgetting one thing, Danny. It's the very big Nice Cactus Weekly coming up as well, which I believe is the 3rd of June on the top of my head. A 600 euros weekly. That's going to be a great matchup. I'm expecting all the big bubble teams to be there, including teams like Esports BERG. They'll be facing off, hopefully, against each other for that big prize. That should be a great tournament, but so will the playoffs be for the Superstar League as well, of course. Starting in 2 weeks from now, when we have our teams finally from all the schools, and that's when the great fun will start, I think, Danny.
Well, it will be, and funny, I didn't forget, it is the 10th of June. The actual tournament in question, so don't forget to keep an eye out. Don't forget the Twitter down, the Rocket RB, all the hot action as well. Us casters will, of course, be retweeting it. You know how to get, of course, to us as well. See that at the info at the end of the game, but so far in the last 2 minutes we've seen ball being hit around by blue car, sometimes by the orange car, and big attempt on target.
It's been almost matter-of-factly is I think the best wording I could give this game so far. Just all around just business for Esports BERG, getting a clean win. Galaxy Bang just messing around a little bit, and both teams knowing how this will end. It's just being played out in 5 minutes, not really caring too much about what happens specifically in the games, which is a bit of a shame to be seeing, to be honest. To see
Galaxy Bang doing their final parade on the floor, as we will move on to the serious big dogs of the night, RJM and WLALF. We talked about that one Tuesday. Can't believe I'm saying it, but would have been lovely to have you cast in that series.
That is the sweetest thing you've ever said to me, Danny, and you've said a lot of sweet things to me.
Well, as Joessi and I will be finding a bit of honey in the casting room, we have, of course, one small break to RJM, Rex Ronde versus RG, RLCS versus now a bubble player. Who's going to get the better? We'll see you on the other side of this break.